What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be discussing Roddy and what he had to say about Live Life Fast, and we're just going to look at the big three and kind of dive a little bit deeper into what's next and what Roddy can really do moving forward. Before we do start, I do just want to give a shout out to all my channel members. Thank you guys for supporting me in the channel, and with this being said, we're going to dive into everything. Alright, so in order to talk about the big three, I think we need to first look at what Roddy had to say about Live Life Fast, which was his sophomore studio album.
What's something that you took from Live Life Fast going into the big three, going into Feed the Streets 3?
I feel like with my last album, a lot of people will call it a excuse or like, but my energy really wasn't in the right place on the last album. I felt like I felt out of my element. Like it wasn't like I was going crazy or nothing. It just felt like I wasn't in my place. So I'm making music, maybe certain lines I'm saying is just like, it ain't flowing how Roddy usually flow. I probably don't want to sing as much because in regular life, I don't feel like I'm singing right now. I feel like I'm just, like that's how I feel.
Gotcha.
So it's going to reflect through the music. And I feel like fans don't think about it that deep, but it really be that deep. Like I can't make good music if I don't feel good.
Right.
Because you want me to make you feel good. High fashion, you felt good. And so if I don't feel like that, then you're not going to like my music because it's going to reflect me not feeling like that. You feel?
So obviously, according to Roddy, he said that he just didn't have the energy and he wasn't really feeling good at the time that he was trying to make music that is supposed to make you feel good. And he even speaks on High Fashion and talks about how that song performed really well, and he said he felt good while making it, and it wasn't the same with Live Life Fast. Now, personally, you guys probably know my takes on a lot of this already, especially if you've seen my other Roddy videos. I personally like the album. I do think it is the weakest project in Roddy's discography, but I don't think it's terrible or mid or anything like that. The album has honestly grown on me. I've listened to it quite a bit this year, and for being a Roddy fan, it doesn't really feel that out of place to me like how it originally did. I honestly don't think a lot of people even went back to the album, especially with the time we're in right now in music, where if the album isn't good to people right off the bat, they're one, either not going to talk about it, or two, they're just not really going to go back to it. I do understand that some people don't like this project, and I agree, it is Roddy's weaker project out of the Feed the Streets and his debut album, but based on where we are right now, it doesn't even feel that out of place as a Roddy album or project to me. Obviously, that's coming at more of a fan perspective because I am a fan of Roddy. For the overall perception of the album and just how it was received, obviously it wasn't received well at all. The majority of the mainstream listeners definitely didn't like the album, which is fine, and I think that it's good that Roddy knows this, and he's honestly humbling himself to that. He's not trying to make excuses for it or anything. You might see people like me or his fans argue that it's good, but I think you can really tell that Roddy's coming from a place where he's not really happy with that body of work, at least not right now, and he definitely wants to try and change things around with releasing the Big 3 and Feed the Streets 3. Looking at the Big 3, I think this fits way better down the line of what Roddy would release. I think that if you were a fan of Roddy before, you will at least like one of the songs on here. With that being said, I think Roddy's trying to put himself back into the position where people that liked Feed the Streets and his debut project will like Feed the Streets 3, and I think that that's why we're getting Feed the Streets 3 kind of when we are. I think that it was a no-brainer that Roddy was going to do this. He had been teasing it, but honestly, going back to doing a new installment to a series that he had been doing that had been received pretty well, it still sounds like Roddy knows what he's doing. It still sounds like he has the drive to make music and to change what he's doing and hopefully get his fans back on board with it, or at least the mainstream. I don't know how many of Roddy's fans actually consider LLF mid or don't like it, but obviously that's what the mainstream doesn't like, and that's not always the best thing to do, to try and follow what the audience wants you to do. We've definitely seen this go down the wrong way. I just hope Roddy knows what he's doing with this, and that Feed the Streets 3 is a project that is still something that Roddy wants to put out. I hope it's not being influenced by other people, but I hope it is received a lot better than what Live Life Fast was. But with all this being said, Roddy is one of my favorite rappers right now, so it sucks to see him going through this. I hope he's able to bounce back, though, with going on tour with Post Malone and all these things. Let me know what you guys think. Did you like the Big 3, and what did you think about Live Life Fast? Let me know in the comments down below. If you did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.